you responded to Joe Tsai's comment about Kyrie on Twitter. What about that bothered you? And what about Joe Tsai's comment? And then what, if anything, that the league has done has bothered you?
Yeah, his response was alarming to me. I tweeted it out yesterday. He didn't say that the organization was working together to get Kyrie back on the floor. He said that he had more work to do. And our society has more work to do, including Joe Tsai. And it's 2022. It takes 10 minutes of time to see who, these business owners, corporations, et cetera, who they're associated with, who they're doing business with, and who they're affiliated with. And I'm vice president of the union, and it's part of my job to protect our players legally. And to see Phil Knight first come out and condemn, Kyrie, and also see Joe Tsai say he has more work to do, I think it's time for a larger conversation. And Adam came out and said a statement that he doesn't believe Kyrie Irving is anti-Semitic, yet he's still suspended indefinitely. So those are my thoughts.
So what do you think the reaction should be with him if that's not the way to do it? Like what should be the response?
I said this before. I think it's uncharted territory. I think it's no distinction between what somebody says versus what somebody posts. And I guess that's what they're trying to figure out. The terms that the Brooklyn Nets instituted for his return. I voice my discomfort. Some of our players, some people in the media voice some of their discomfort with that. And, we've yet to hear, what is the latest with that situation. It's still an indefinite suspension. He's already missed 5 or 6 games. So, how many games is he going to continue to miss? Is it another situation going on there? Is it a larger situation going on there? Is another conversation that need to be had? We've yet to find out. So I'm staying tuned, and I'm keeping my phone on to just see what is going to come of this situation.
So this question as a part of the executive committee, do you have concerns about the kind of the parameters that were set up for his return to play as far as just creating a level of steps of things that have to be fulfilled? And do you think that's something that needs to be addressed in discussions over the next collective bargaining agreement?
Absolutely. I don't think we've ever seen anything like this before in our league. So to say that this is what is needed for somebody to return, we just thought that was excessive. Players thought that was excessive. So I'm not sure if that's going to be something that would be a CBA negotiation point or talking mechanism. I just know that there's sensitivity, on both sides that need to be addressed. And I'm looking forward to the union and the NBA and the Brooklyn Nets coming to a solution in the near future.
And I know that there's been a lot of support for Kyrie's character and things you mentioned, like Adam saying, but obviously it took him a while to be willing to confront the issue that people have with the content he shared and apologize for it. So considering that the way that he handled the situation seemed kind of uncharted, is it reasonable for organizations to try to at least find some sort of way for the player to kind of demonstrate contrition when they feel like the player's not doing it in a way that the public will accept?
I'm sorry, what's your question?
So I guess the question is, was it, even though you have issues with the way that the parameters the Nets set out, is it fair for the Nets to try to create some sort of way for him to satisfy everybody's need for there to be an apology that they feel is sincere?
I'm not sure how to answer that question. I think you are asking for a need to satisfy the common public, and I'm not sure if that is something that Kyrie is looking to do. I don't think he meant any harm by posting it. Obviously, it came off as insensitive to a lot of people, but Adam came out with a statement. He doesn't believe Kyrie Irving is anti-Semitic. Joe Tsai came out and said a statement that they don't believe he is anti-Semitic. Those were their words. So he's already apologized, formally through his IG post. He said he supports all walks of life, et cetera. But the comment that Joe Tsai made, which I feel like bothered, a lot of people, was like, he has more work to do. Like, what does that mean? Our society has more work to do, including Joe Tsai. So I'm curious to know what that is, what that means, and everybody's tuned in and watching the situation because this is our league. We all are basketball players, but we all are human beings as well. So I'm looking forward to seeing the union and NBA figure out what the next steps are. Thank you.